New Jersey's assisted suicide law goes into effect today. All of the state's Catholic bishops oppose it and fought it for more than 7 years. The law allows suicide drugs for New Jersey patients deemed to have less than 6 months to live. To talk about this, we're joined by Wesley Smith, author of several books on assisted suicide. Thanks for coming back. Now, when New Jersey's Democratic Governor Phil Murphy signed the bill in April, he said as a Catholic he grappled with his position on the issue, but he went on to say that as a public official he could not deny this alternative to others. Why is assisted suicide not a solution, in your view?
Well, it's abandonment of patients, and it strikes me when politicians say things like that. I don't think he would say it about the death penalty, but I think that when you think about assisted suicide and Mother Teresa and the kind of care she provided people and the kind of love she provided people, I doubt she'd be very proud of the governor tonight.
I want to read to you from the Bishop of Metuchen in New Jersey, and he said that this law in particular is a threat to the elderly. Here's what he said. He says, it could make people who feel undue pressure to view this as an option to prevent being a burden to others. What do you make of that?
Well, if you take a look at the statistics from places where assisted suicide is legal, the reason people do it isn't because they're in pain that cannot be alleviated. That's the fear-mongering to sell it. The reason people actually commit suicide is they're worried about being a burden. They're worried about losing the ability to engage in enjoyable activities. They're worried, for example, that their loved ones won't have good memories of them if they watch them go through decline. And I'm afraid that some people are putting themselves out of their family's misery. This is an abandoning kind of an agenda that pretends to be about compassion, but compassion means to suffer with, and assisted suicide is discarding the problem.
So what can our viewers do then to turn things around, to send a positive message to these people that are sick?
If Maine finishes legalization, which it looks like it will, that will only be 9 states in this country that have legalized assisted suicide. Any place where assisted suicide is illegal, your viewers need to engage if there's an attempt to legalize it and really put pressure on the legislature not to do so. If people sit back on their sofas and think it can never happen here, that's precisely how it could happen there.
So much more to look at on this issue, but Wesley Smith, I know you've been monitoring this for 25 years. Thank you so much for being on the show tonight. We appreciate it very, very much.
Well, thank you for having me.